Hello, here we are in Chart Coffee in Central Market, Hong Kong, enjoying an amazing Americano. Today we are going to talk with Joe, one of the founders and the managers of this coffee that is one of the few shops in Hong Kong where you can pay using Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. If you remember, we've been a couple of days ago with Andrew Webley and his son. We drank coffee, tea and water, and probably in 5 years this is gonna be the most expensive coffee that I ever drank, but it's good because we are paying in Bitcoin, we are showing the world what you can do with Bitcoin, and we are trying to push more shops to accept Bitcoin to make this the global currency of the world. So now we are gonna ask some questions to Joe, and I will keep enjoying my amazing Americano. We are in Chart Coffee with Joe, that is one of the co-founders of this coffee shop that, besides having an amazing coffee, very beautiful and tasty coffee from all around the world, they are one of the few shops here in Hong Kong that accept Bitcoin payments using the Lightning Network. So the first question that I will ask to Joe is, Joe, how were you orange-pilled? How you discovered Bitcoin?
It was actually a very unusual place and a very usual place, which is university. I was very curious about technology in 2016, 2015 upon of time. So I went on a course in university, executive course, which I learned about AI, blockchain, cryptographic. So I started actually over there when the Bitcoin price is around like 1,000, less than 2,000 at that point of time. I tried it, different experiment, including mining, contract, staking, everything, got scammed, like some of us as well that we all experienced. And then actually still going through like the progress of like being a VC, investing into technology, including blockchain, as well as having our own coffee shop now that accept Bitcoin.
Excellent. And when and why you started your coffee shop?
Thank you for asking that. We started with a code called Starting with Beans. Among three partners of us, the co-founders, we believe into specialty coffee. As a 2019 champion brewers, we wanted to share our coffee love with the knowledge using what we call chart, like different graph, different knowledge, symbolize the language to be able to share our coffee love and knowledge to everyone.
And when did you decide to start accepting Bitcoin for payments?
It was not officially. It was not long ago in 2000, which is this year. June time, officially we launched it. We have that thought originally, I guess, like from last year point of time. We among the partners, we have been like investing into Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, and we were like, oh wow, why don't we also accept Bitcoin? And very gratefully, we along like the whole journey, we have different mentors and different people that helping us to be able to accept Bitcoin.
Amazing. And besides Bitcoin, tell us a little bit about your coffee, about what products you offer and the quality. And I see that you were champions or first running up in the competition. So tell us a little bit about more your product.
So very straightforward. Like at a coffee shop, we have not only like your day-to-day coffee that grab and go from your espresso base, but we also offer specialty coffee by hand drip, by siphon. The reason of being that we wanted, again, is more about the language of the coffee, how apart from the day-to-day side, how you could actually learn more about the coffee. I can show you a little bit around later as well onto the hand drip side. And yes, our team has been very much in love with competition. we love to compete. We were actually the champions in 2019 for Siphon Coffee, and we have been really keeping up. Not only with that, we train our team would be able to get sponsorship from us as well to be able to get into competition. So we wanted to offer the top notch with a very recent price in Hong Kong.
And talking about the Bitcoin payments, how many people pays with Bitcoin, a percentage of people among all your clients?
Started in June, we have a very, very small percentage, which is a single digit, less than 3-4%, I would believe, but which we think is a good start on that, and is also actually aligned on what we also believe that, in fact, less than 5% of the population globally that actually hold Bitcoin. But then the growth rate is like amazingly increasing, and not only like for the people, but I believe that the adoption has been starting to grow in terms of like retail shop that accepting Bitcoin.
And how does the people react? Because probably you don't know, because I learned about this coffee during the Bitcoin conference, and when I was walking around here, I said, okay, I need to pay with Bitcoin, because I was with the CEO of a Bitcoin treasury company, but sometimes you don't know where to pay, and you have the Bitcoin logo there. How does people react when they realize that they can pay with Bitcoin?
So different people have different reaction. We got very diverse reaction. For Bitcoin Power, they come here, they know what to do, they're very straightforward. We can do it like you as well. Within few minutes, they can actually pay by Satoshi, and they are like, wow. And they actually got a extra discount from us because we actually got like less transaction fee, so we pay back to our customer on that. On the other hand, as we are in Central at this moment, and we have a lot like bank, financial traditional, they're quite surprised this is happening as well. And what they actually showed us is that they actually forward that onto IG as well, like saying, oh, Bitcoin payment is happening, and we also have like virtual digital assets exchange. They come over, it's like, oh my God, this is the first time that I can pay by Bitcoin, I can pay by SHAS, and in a very efficient way.
And as a business owner, you mentioned something amazing, that is the cost of transactions. What are the benefits of receiving Bitcoin as a payment using the Lightning Network?
Few things. Number one, definitely the efficiency and the transparency. As in, like say, if a customer paid us in credit card, we got charged actually 2 to 3%. In comparison, if they pay by Lightning Network, we actually got charged by 1 cent US, which is, you can imagine, is less than 0.01% of for the merchant, which we already like instantly benefit, and we got the payment not like T+1, T+2, but just instantly we got it. Secondly, we are building a very comprehensive network in terms of people who is pro Bitcoin. They would be treating this place as a experimental, but also day-to-day around to use. And lastly, for education-wise, we have been able to discuss and communicate with our consumer what we are trying to push for our idea that building the community here for the tech companies.
Excellent. And why do you think that people don't use too much Bitcoin for daily payments? Because of they don't know about Bitcoin, or because they prefer to hold, waiting for a bigger price in the future?
I don't know, is it whether like, because I am a holder, and then networking event, you're kind of like surrounded by the people that hold the Bitcoin, but we also receive a lot of comments or questions that, who will pay you in Bitcoin? Like the price is raising every day. I would rather keep my Bitcoin. But to us, it's a true value, and we also true value of digital money. And we also believe that we are in a progress in terms of having this massive adoption. Then there would be a period, firstly, to hold, to be able to understand the store of value of this digital money.
Do you think that we need more education to make the people on board on Bitcoin faster?
I mean, absolutely yes. Like you said, you are already been to Bitcoin Asia, and gratefully you came with Andrew as well to experience what is happening. And this again media or social media like you guys, that education that people that it's actually happening. But on the flip side, like as a coffee shop, that they first started with seeing that maybe I would try to learn a little bit more about that, and then the next stage that they will be maybe I can just use wallet, maybe I will come here to try for I feel Satoshi is a good start for a coffee shop. Is perfect for them as a use case to have a taste around of that. And we also very believe that for social media like you guys that help to generate more content, more educational online, offline, and this is where we add as a coffee shop to help together with you guys to be able to share this knowledge.
Yes, I think that what we are doing here is educating people. We want to show people that you can use Bitcoin day to day, because in the early years, people say that Bitcoin is only for the mafia or for the drug dealers. You just can come here, buy a coffee, and if you are not a Bitcoiner, you just can download your wallet, buy some Satoshis, and come here and receive a discount. And we talk about the good side of adopting Bitcoin or accepting Bitcoin as a payment. As a shop owner, what are the downside of accepting Bitcoin as payment?
I think the first one is a big one as well, is a technological support on that. We have quite some issue or quite some focus when we first set up for the payment. Like what service provider you're using, are you ready to work with some of the licensed one or not, how we can handle accounting, for example, and is that service provider would be able, like the POS system, would be able to accept Hong Kong merchant. It's already a very, very hard manship to do that. But luckily, we finally solved it out. Again, actually credit to people from Bitcoin Asia that teach me how to do it as well.
Yes, because I'm also a business owner here in Hong Kong, not related to Bitcoin. And how do you manage it, like accounting wise? Because the accountant in Hong Kong is like working in the 19th century. So how do you manage accountant wise the Bitcoin payments?
I guess good side, bad side. Policy wise, Hong Kong has already launched Cryptom 2.0 policy, which gives us more guidance on that as a service provider. Secondly, for us, when we handling our tax, of course, we still would be able to choose whether we wanted to do it in fiat or whether we wanted to do it as a reserve. And we see more and more clear guidance on that, credit to the policy. But secondly, for us, we work with licensed service provider like security exchanges to be able to make sure that all the documents are in place and compilable in terms of AML or other things with the service provider to compile.
Excellent. And do you know any other business in Hong Kong that also accept Bitcoin as a payment method?
Yeah, because I was also trying to find it as well. And for everyone information, you can actually go to BTC Map. We will show the link as well here. In Hong Kong, in particular, from the data, we have actually got 6 shops ranging from personal salon to coffee shops to gaming company, as well as a service provider to accept Bitcoin. We see that is a start.
Excellent. And do you think that the business, the shops adopting Bitcoin is crucial for adoption?
No, this is absolutely a yes on that, because as we earlier mentioned, the adoption rate is so much exponentially can be growth. Currently, we're sitting at less than 5% of population holding Bitcoin. The growth can be massive, and we are seeing like 40% growth, not only with the retail, but we also believe that it starts with like the financial institution, how they make it, like say where we have more like different other cryptocurrency or stablecoin, or like easier on-ramp, off-ramp, or exchanges that will also help in terms of driving the adoption of Bitcoin as well. And in terms of retail, I believe that for we really a trigger point, we need to hit around like 60% of shop that will be able to accept Bitcoin. Then we will hit like massive growth in terms of the adoption.
Amazing. And as a business owner, I am sure that you have friends that are also business owners. Do you try to orange pill them to convince them to use Bitcoin for payments? And what do they say?
Good questions. Yes, we do. Like others, customers, well, we see quite a lot. Wow, you're accepting Bitcoin. It really depends on who you are talking with as well. Like for those that who are already familiar with Bitcoin, oh, you're actually doing it. How do you do it? This kind of questions that it can actually help. For those that who doesn't understand, we actually on our IG we also have a guide how you'll be able to start as well. And lastly, they are interested to do so, but would be good to have multiple effect that more and more shop doing it, and then people see that, oh, if you can do it, why can't I do it? And is that benefit to me in terms of the shop efficiency as well?
As a business owner, I also receive questions from my friends that they are outside Hong Kong, talking about how to set up a business, how friendly is Bitcoin. So for a person who wants to come to Hong Kong to set up their business, and they are Bitcoiners, and they are asking us, how about the business and the Bitcoin side? What do you think? Is Hong Kong a friendly city to start a business based on Bitcoin or no?
I will break it into two parts of the questions. Yes, definitely we are a very business friendly in terms of operation. And this year, 2025, we actually hit the highest number of company that is set up in Hong Kong, which we're seeing not only locally but also globally coming into Hong Kong to do that. With that, we have government. Again, we have a lot of government different divisions in terms of like including Invest HK, like Science Park or Cyberport, that they are actually helping people overboard to set up their business in Hong Kong. On the other hand, HKMA and other government policy has been not started but aggressively and in a steady way to launch different of policy that is more friendly to user. I would suggest into this way. So combining the two, yes, but we will still need a lot of bounce back. Once it's kind of like a cycle. Once you have more business to do it, then the government will be looking at it, and then more policy could be helped. What can be done? What cannot be done? And again, to revamp the cycle as well and make it growth again.
any problems faced with the banks on the IR or IRD because of Bitcoin? Because I remember a guy who was doing something related with blockchain here in Hong Kong that had a lot of problems to set up the bank account. And sometimes the bank can be a little difficult here in Hong Kong. Any problems you faced?
I guess for us, luckily, we are quite grateful of current service that we are receiving, not only from a bank, but as I said, we work with licensed corporation for the exchanges in terms of like handling of our cryptocurrency as well as a BTC service on that, which help a lot easier because they're already licensed. They talk to a licensed bank. How do they do this, and which would be much easier for us to be able to be benefit. So let's put it short, not like saying too much that can be done as a business owner, but then we are seeing more and more friendly solution that we can take on.
Excellent. And any particular story, funny story that happened while accepting Bitcoin? Probably a person who didn't know and was on a spiel. Any typical story you have?
I guess one that is quite interesting is that, again, it's more like from when people coming from the conference over the world, we actually, from our ex, we actually see that, oh wow, there is people is saying that, oh, there's coffee shop that is accepting Bitcoin, and they are actually coming over just to test it around, like you as well, Fernando, which is amazing.
And you told me that you also are adopting a strategic Bitcoin reserve for your company, right?
We are not a big company. We are doing what we can, and we are actively we investing our profit into our reserve and making it happen into our balance sheet for Bitcoin as well.
And do you think that Hong Kong, because we have some companies here in Hong Kong that are buying Bitcoin and putting on their balance sheet, but they are not actively like Michael Saylor or other companies around the world. Do you think that Hong Kong is a good place for a company to set up a strategic Bitcoin reserve and do some strategy like the one that Saylor is doing, like my friend Andrew is doing in UK, that Capital B is doing in France? Do you think that this can happen here in Hong Kong?
I'm not following too much on that, to be honest. But what we are also seeing, some of the listed company, like in Asia, you can definitely say MetaPlanet is doing amazing job that is driving the Bitcoin reserve, so that other listed company, not only in Japan but in Hong Kong, that they also wanted to follow. But again, we have been a financial industry and financial center with a very rigid and a strong that protect our investor world as well. And we wanted to see more and more of BTC reserve, but we also believe that that also need to be happening with among different stakeholder help, including government, including not only with government but also the business side, that they also started to learn, and even the employee, they started to understand a little bit more about the Bitcoin by having just trading it among with other people as well. So I may not have an answer for this, but we are surely seeing that the energy, digital energy, that would need to transfer among.
And the last two questions that I ask to everyone is, the first one, what do you think about the future of Bitcoin?
I'm a holder. What do you want me to say? Nothing much to add on, but we, as I see, it's a progression, and we are in the progress of seeing that how not only be adopt, but we are now seeing the store of value, the efficiency, and like even layer 2 or the network. So among technology, value, and efficiency, we are definitely I'm definitely 100% in it since 2016.
And the last question is, if you had the chance to, I say, sit down with Satoshi Nakamoto to have for sure a coffee, but if you have the chance to receive Satoshi Nakamoto in the shop and have a coffee with him, or with him, her, or them, what would you ask or say to him, her, or them?
I would actually ask him why, I guess. Why is this happening? And how you would be able to travel like ages, years in advance of us to be able seeing like the transparency and like the transparency of money and the reason really for like inventing the hardest money for Bitcoin.
Excellent, Joe. Thank you very much for your time. Anything you want to add? And of course, how people can come, drink coffee. I think that you have another shop in Hong Kong. And of course, what benefits do people have for paying in Bitcoin?
Yeah. Both of our shop, one in Central, one is actually in Kwai Hing area. We both accept Bitcoin on that. And again, we would love you to come and enjoy, just to try a little bit, not only for the BTC, not only for Bitcoin, but like a more like a cultural movement with us, just a sip, and then you can come here and learn a little bit more about what you want to learn from us.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time. And that's all. What's an amazing talk with Joe from Char Coffee. If you are in Hong Kong, come here, pay with Bitcoin, and enjoy an amazing coffee. Thank you very much to everyone who is on the other side. If you like the episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, and follow us in our social media. Our X is the Bitcoin _, Instagram the Bitcoin Libertarian, Patreon the Bitcoin Libertarian, YouTube Libertarian BTC, YouTube in Spanish Libertarian BTC ESP. Share this episode with the people you love. Share this episode with the people you hate, because we must reach 8 billion people to accept Bitcoin. Stay humble, stack sats, and remember, we are all Satoshi.
My screen, I saw it all start.